Hey, it is Janae Mitchell again, and I've got another book to talk about. I like talking about books, recommending books that I like, but I'm not a booktuber. No. So if you're just kind of tuning in, don't expect too much. This is my second book recommendation. The first one, my first video that I put up was for Twilight. Twilight is one of my favorite series, which is why I did it first, aside from Harry Potter, of course. I didn't want to tackle Harry Potter right out of the gate. It deserves a little more experience. And I'm in Gryffindor, by the way, or at least that's what Pottermore said when I got sorted. But of course, this isn't a video about Harry Potter, so this book recommendation is going to be from one of my favorite authors who I stalk intensely on Instagram, Colleen Hoover. I love her. I love her dearly. The book that I'm going to be talking about is Hopeless. If you've not read it, oh, you really should. When I first started reading it, I'll have to be honest, I didn't like the main character, Sky. She comes across kind of slutty, but she's not really even slutty. She's more of a tease, which is worse. So I didn't like her. The first chapter started off with her and her friend Six, who lives like right there. They were sneaking boys in through their windows, which I've never done. And once they snuck him in, and you know what kind of goes on after that. Sky just felt numb. I think at one point she was even staring at the stars up on her ceiling because she just didn't care what was going on. She ends up kicking this boy out before anything ever happens. So right off the bat, chapter 1, I'm like, I don't like this character. Mm-mm. However, chapter 2 was a different ballgame. It's hard for me to tell you much about this book without giving away too much. So, I can say without letting any secrets out that I ended up loving these book characters. Dean Holder. Once Holder's character is introduced, Sky's character kind of starts to develop, and you understand a little bit more about who she is and why she does the things she does. Something else that I absolutely love about this book is the title. It means so much. You just have no idea if you've not read the book. After I read Hopeless, it was 4:30 in the morning, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're killing me here, Hoover. But what did I do? As soon as I got through reading Hopeless, I downloaded Losing Hope at 4:30 in the morning. Just when you think Hopeless could not get any better, Losing Hope. Whew. Losing Hope is pretty much hopeless, but it's all from Holder's point of view. So all the questions you have when you're reading Hopeless, wondering what he's thinking, what's going on in his head, things about his family, which I'm not going to get into, that you wanted to know more about, Losing Hope gives you all of it. Okay, so we've got Hopeless, which is from Sky's point of view, and then you've got Losing Hope, which is from Holder's. They're both perfect. Just because they're both practically the same book doesn't mean you're reading the same book. They're great. And then when you think it's all over, you've read Hopeless, you've read Losing Hope, then you've got Finding Cinderella. Finding Cinderella is a little novella. Finding Cinderella is a novella that is about Daniel, who is Holder's best friend. In either Hopeless or Losing Hope, I don't remember which one it was, Daniel actually talks about laying out of a class and going into a janitor's closet and stuff happens. And Finding Cinderella is pretty much his little snidbit from that book. She has taken that and made a whole little novella just from that one little bit. So it's our special gift from her. And Finding Cinderella is free on Amazon. If you want to hear more of my review for Hopeless or any of my other reviews, you can find them on goodreads.com/Janae Mitchell, or you can look down in the comments. There's a link to my review for Hopeless.